Welcome to Late Start Piano. My name is Josh. Today I'm going to be explaining to you why mental toughness is so crucial when it comes to learning the piano as an adult. So this video, again, really what this whole channel is about is helping the adult beginner piano player play the piano the way they've always envisioned themselves doing. And one of the things that you need is mental toughness. Piano is really mental. It's one of the things that almost no other piano teacher talks about, but I find it such a crucial component to making sure that you are successful in your piano learning journey, right? So I think if you're an adult, you understand that piano is very physical. You understand that there's pedals that you have to use with your feet and your legs. You understand there's a lot about body positioning. There's a lot of technique that's involved. You have your shoulders, your arms, you have your hand independence and your finger dexterity and all that physical control. All those physical components are very important for the piano. But again, what nobody really talks about is the mental side, and the mental side is just as important, if not actually even more important. It's the reason why a lot of people don't never learn the piano as adults, even though they want to. It's why they might start to learn the piano, but then they quit. And it's also why maybe they feel really frustrated and they just have an overall bad experience with the piano and they quit and they never touch it again. My goal in this video specifically is to help you not do any of those things, but to be successful again in your piano journey. So let's talk a little bit about this mental toughness factor that this video is about. I think, if you're an adult, you understand that getting good at the piano takes time. It's not something that you can take a pill for or snap your fingers for, and you are playing piano like a maestro, like Liebestrom or a Liszt or Chopin or Lang Lang or Yu Wang or whoever it's going to be. Some of these incredible pianists, Brad Meldau, people like this. It's not that easy. It takes a lifetime to master. But with that being said, you can still make really good progress in little time if you're doing things correctly and if you have the right mental attitude. What's going to happen is if you get over that initial hump of starting to learn and you are consistent, at least for a little bit, what's going to happen is there's going to be days when you don't feel like practicing. There's going to be days where you feel like you don't want to practice and you feel like you suck and you want to quit and your wrist hurt and you're sick and it's cold outside, all of those things, and you don't want to practice, and then you skip a day, and then one day turns into 3 weeks, and 3 weeks turns into you quit piano forever. So what you need to do is be mentally tough. Understand that these tough days are going to happen. There are going to be days where you don't feel like practicing, where you feel sick, where you feel like piano is just not for you, you're just not talented enough. The mental toughness aspect is understanding you will feel like this way. It's not like a maybe, you will feel this way. And accepting that, and not only accepting that, but still getting over that hump and still practicing, still showing up every day, and still having a positive outlook on the piano. Again, if you ignore this mental toughness aspect and you solely just try to focus on scales and playing arpeggios and playing certain songs and playing all these kind of little riffs and things like that, that's great, but you want to focus on the mental. Make sure you're doing things correctly with that end. Make sure you're staying positive. If you ever feel like your piano practicing is not going well, it's okay to get up, walk around your home, maybe take a short walk outside for a couple minutes, come back, reset, go again. Maybe you need to stop practicing that day, come back the next day. Part of the mental toughness is realizing that yes, you need to practice a lot, but also you need to realize that sometimes today is just not the day. So hit your minimum, set a standard for yourself, whether it's 10 minutes a day, 30 minutes per day, whatever it is, set the standard for yourself. And then after that, you can come back and make sure you hit your minimums at least. So if your minimum, your standard is 10 minutes per day, hit your 10 minutes. If you feel like you don't want to practice anymore after that, that's fine. That's still mental toughness. You did your 10 minutes. You've had a successful practice day. You can go ahead and move on with your life. What a lot of people try to do, and when they hear this term mental toughness, is they try to go overboard and they try to do way too much all at once. So instead of doing that and causing burnout and quitting, once you realize you've hit your block for the day, you've hit your limit, you feel frustrated, you have these negative feelings, hit your minimum. So even if you haven't hit the minimum yet, you still feel like that, make sure you do that. But after that, it's okay to get up and be done for the day. What that's going to do is it's going to allow you to come back the next day much more positive. It's similar to if you've ever been in the gym or you've ever been a person who's worked out in your life. You might be able to go all out one day where you come home from your workout and you can barely walk because you're so sore because you did so much. You can do that for maybe 1 day, 2 days in a row, but eventually if you train like that every single day to complete failure every single day, you're either going to cause injury to yourself, which you can do on the piano as well, or you're just going to get so tired and so overstimulated that you're not going to be able to go back the next day at all. So instead of going to complete failure every single day, what you can do, set your minimum, hit that. If you feel okay, you can practice a little bit more, do a little bit extra. If you don't feel okay, you feel like you're kind of at your limit, walk away and leave a little bit in the tank. When you leave a little bit of energy in the tank, you can come back the next day, picked up where you left off, and now you have that consistency built. Now you're practicing every single day. It doesn't matter how much. What matters is that you're coming back every single day. You take what you learned that day, you go to sleep, your brain internalize it, you start thinking about it, you come back the next day, build off what you've already learned or learn something new. But the consistency and the mental toughness piece is key for all of this, okay? So hope that helps. Any questions, comments, let me know down below. I'm also offering piano lessons right now via Zoom. Just start with that. Send me an email. Email address is listed below, and I will talk to you soon. Again, my name is Josh, and have a great rest of your day.